Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat honor Dwyane Wade by unveiling statue outside arena. The Miami Heat unveiled a statue of franchise legend Dwyane Wade outside the Casilla Center on Sunday. Wade is the first player in franchise history to be honored with a statue. Last year, he became the first Heat draft pick to earn induction into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. "I didn't play for this," Wade said during a speech after the statue was unveiled. "I didn't pick up a basketball for this. I picked up a basketball to change my family's life. I could not have written this script any better." Wade led the Heat to the 2006 NBA title when he was named Finals MVP. He also teamed with LeBron James and Chris Bosh to win the 2012 and 2013 titles. The fifth overall pick in 2003 out of Marquette, Wade played 14-plus seasons over 2 stints with Miami. The 13-time All-Star is the club's all-time leader with 21,556 points, 5,310 assists and 1,492 steals. Hometown team a potential trade suitor for Heat's Jimmy Butler. These days, there are more stories coming out about the Miami Heat's drama than their on-court product. Most of these have been about All-Star forward Jimmy Butler, whose quest for a max contract extension with the Heat has been unsuccessful so far. To be fair, Miami's rationale for holding off on such a pricey commitment was reasonable. Though Butler is among the league's best two-way players, they haven't been able to count on his availability. The last time that Butler played in at least 65 games was 2018-19. Heading into the 2024-25 season, Butler has changed his tune. Now, he says he has more than enough money, a very down-to-earth perspective. However, he hasn't exactly said that he doesn't want a max contract. Rather, he's just more focused on basketball than business at the moment. That being said, Butler's also been rumored to be eyeing free agency rather than a contract extension. So, perhaps he wants max money, just from a different team. If so, the Brooklyn Nets are being painted as a potential destination. The Houston Rockets are also increasingly mentioned by monitoring rivals as a team to watch should Miami ever reach a point that it chooses to explore its trade options with Butler, per longtime NBA insider Mark Stein. Stein adds that it's unlikely to be an in-season trade, as the messaging that has emanated from Houston in the wake of contract extension agreements for Alperen Sengun and Jalen Green is that the Rockets should be classified as unlikely to make a significant in-season trade. Butler grew up in Tomball, Texas, which is situated in the metropolitan area dubbed Greater Houston. His high school alma mater is less than 40 miles away from the Rockets arena. After agreeing to rookie-scale contract extensions with Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun, the Rockets are projected to have $45.5 million in practical cap space. That's not enough to sign Butler to a max contract. However, if the Rockets were to make Dillon Brooks, who'll make $21.1 million next season, available, they may be able to execute a sign-and-trade for him. Of course, sign-and-trade agreements are tricky, and not just because teams usually don't want to help each other. Nonetheless, with the Rockets and Heat in different conferences, it's a move that's easier for Miami to stomach. Furthermore, it could prevent them from losing Butler for nothing in the offseason. For Houston, it's actually more feasible than an in-season trade. With fewer moving parts involved, there'll be less hand-wringing about who should be moved. To that point, giving up Brooks for Butler isn't really a difficult decision. Butler is a primary wing defender like Brooks, but he's also a more dynamic scorer and potent playmaker. As the Miami Heat fans hope for a successful 2024-25 NBA season, worries about Jimmy Butler's future loom large. Could this turn out to be his last campaign in South Beach? The whispers have intensified in recent times. There is the possibility of him being a free agent next summer. Rumors of Butler potentially opting out of his player option for 2025-26 to become a free agent next summer have flooded the media. Naturally, the Heat would not want to see Butler walk away for nothing. So, speculation regarding a potential trade has grown, particularly after reports linked him to teams such as the Golden State Warriors. However, Butler's focus seems to be on the season ahead and nothing else. According to Anthony Chang in the Miami Herald, his agent, Bernie Lee, said before the Heat's season opener, "Jimmy went away this summer and prepared himself for the task at hand. I think we all see that. Speculating on what's next is irrelevant and disrespectful to the moment and this group. One of the major things I've noticed with Jimmy that has been a foundation of his success has been the creation of process and routine. He's locked into that process and routine, and ready to attack this season with the group around him." Butler did not really impress in the season opener against the Orlando Magic. He had 3 points, 4 rebounds and 5 assists in 26 minutes as the Heat lost 116-97. Butler needs to improve in upcoming games, as do plenty of others on the team. His experience and ability will be crucial as the Heat look to have a more successful campaign after a first-round playoff exit last season. The Eastern Conference is very tough right now, and Butler must perform at his peak to overcome formidable opponents like the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, and more. The pressure is on not only Butler but the entire Heat organization to deliver. The Heat, who have always excelled as underdogs, are hoping to re-establish themselves as a major contender in the Eastern Conference. With a healthy squad and Butler leading the way, they could do that. Miami Heat could trade Tyler Herro for $215 million superstar. A lot of fans have been left impressed by Tyler Herro in recent months. He seems to be playing with a chip on his shoulder and has certainly improved in several aspects of his game over the summer. Even in the Heat's season-opening loss against the Orlando Magic, he was one of their better players on a night Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo combined for 12 points. That being said, if things don't go according to plan for the Heat at the start of this season, the organization might start to look for alternative solutions. One of them might be trading a large part of their future for a potential shot at winning now. That is where Herro and a few other players come in, along with draft picks. In the sporting news, Jonah Kubicek has suggested a trade that would see the Heat bring in Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks. Kubicek wrote, "Assuming Atlanta is open to trading their best player, the Hawks will demand a future-driven package in return. The best Miami can offer is Tyler Herro, 24 years old, Duncan Robinson, 30, and rookie Kel'el Ware, 20. Miami would have to sweeten the pot with first-round draft picks in 2029 and 2031 to pry Young away from Atlanta." Kubicek believes that if the Heat are able to bring in Young before the 2025 trade deadline, they would join teams like the New York Knicks, Milwaukee Bucks, and Philadelphia 76ers as legitimate challengers to the Boston Celtics. On the other hand, the Hawks would be entering a rebuild. Young is one of the best players going forward in the NBA. After the first 2 games of the season, he is averaging 34 points, 11 assists, and 6.5 rebounds. Young does leave plenty to be desired on the opposite end of the court, but if there is one team that is best placed to hide his weaknesses, or perhaps even improve upon them, it is Erik Spoelstra's Heat. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Tyler Herro? Leave your opinion in the comments.